Hi, my name is Sabine. I am part of Mathnasium's social media team. This is Larry Martinek, the Chief Instructional Officer and co-founder of Mathnasium. Hi Larry, how are you?
Very good, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, to start off, we want to talk about Mathnasium's mission statement, how it came about, and what you feel about it.
Well, Mathnasium's corporate mission statement is to teach children math in a way that makes sense to them. And the emphasis really is on the to them, because what we're out to do is teach kids as individuals. We have the great luxury at Mathnasium of being able to teach kids one-on-one. I was a classroom teacher for many years, in fact, many decades. And the disadvantage of teaching in a classroom is you have anywhere between 20 and 40 kids.
Right.
And to try to meet the needs of all of those kids all at once is extremely difficult for any teacher. And in the Mathnasium environment, we're not forced to do that. When a student has a question, they raise their hand, and an instructor comes and sits down with them individually. So when we talk about teaching in a way that makes sense, we're able to tailor the explanation that student needs to that student's individual profile.
Okay.
And so as when kids enroll in our centers, we get to know the kids over the first few weeks and months they're with us, and so we get a real good take on exactly what it is they need. Some kids are visual learners, some kids are kinesthetic learners.
And how do you figure out, how do you gauge the child's learning style?
Well, first of all, we do a comprehensive assessment, which is both written and there's an oral component to it.
Okay.
Where we sit down and we ask the kids questions about math. Is there a biggest number? Is there a smallest number?
Okay.
A number of things to get an idea about the kids' sense of how numbers work. And then along with the information we get from the written assessment, we are able to peg what material we need to provide to them, typically to fill in the gaps that they have in their knowledge of math. Or if they're completely caught up, then we're able to determine what material would be enrichment material to take them forward in the most meaningful and fastest possible way.
Okay. Okay, great. And so we're thinking that most of the children that come to Mathnasium are struggling students.
Well, actually, that's not entirely true.
Okay.
We have a tagline we use in a lot of our media that says we help kids to catch up, keep up, and get ahead.
Okay.
And if you think of Mathnasium rather like a gymnasium,
okay.
A lot of people that come to a gymnasium come there because they need to improve their body.
Fit, right.
Yeah, to get fit. But also Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to a gym as well.
And he's already fit.
He's already fit. He goes there to maintain and improve where he's already at. In other words, he's going for enrichment, if you will. So Mathnasium covers the entire spectrum of kids. Kids who need remediation, certainly.
Okay.
A lot of kids come to us for that keeping up, which is to say they're there to maintain their current position. And then some kids are already far enough ahead in math that the work they're doing at school they find, quite frankly, to be quite boring.
Okay.
Because they've already mastered that material.
Right.
And so we're able to provide a program then through the assessment process, determine that hey, they truly have mastered that process, and we're able to give them more advanced material and make math hopefully more enjoyable than it was before.
Okay, great. And for those kids who are caught up in math, they understand mathematical concepts, can you give me an example of what kind of assessments or what kind of exercises you give them to continue to enjoy math?
Well, for those kids, typically it's a lot of problem solving.
Okay.
And of course, that has to be appropriate to the child's level. Kids in elementary school, a lot of kids come to us in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade who have mastered the number of facts, they've mastered their computation, and so we take them into some middle school concepts. We don't want to trample on the material they're going to be learning at school exactly, but what we can do is provide them with what we call breadth.
Okay.
That is, instead of taking a 3rd grader and giving them 4th and 5th grade material, we take the skills that they've learned at their current level and give them a wider variety of activities to do, especially problem-solving activities.
Okay.
Then again, the exact nature of those would depend on the background of the student.
Okay.